Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to Graveyard Keeper. Alright, well, what do we got? We got food, we got a burial certificate, and we're ready to continue our progress. So I can make a few more. Stone, here we go, grave fences, and get that blue experience up. And what are we doing? Well, we are working on getting enough technology to improve our ability, okay, to... Right now, we're focusing on trying to get the circular saw, the assembly stand, but why not have some fun at this point and go ahead and get some anatomy and alchemy technologies. So, Gentle Butcher gives you less chance of making an error when extracting hard and soft spares like these right here. And we're going to buy this, and I'm going to buy important parts as well. This allows you to take out the brain, the heart, and the intestine. Alright, so these are parts that we can further remove, and even though we can't do a ton with them yet, they are things that we can process, we can study, and we can even change the quality of bodies by having them. So I like having these skills, and they'll just let me show you what it's like to dissect bodies with the further ability to be more discriminating and precise. Alright, so graveyard enhancement would let us make a wooden prayer station inside the church. It says graveyard, but it really actually goes within the church. And then illumination of faith. Actually, wait a minute. Maybe this does go out. Maybe I'm wrong about that. The confessional goes inside the church. Never mind. This does go outside the church. I just never build that. I only build the one inside. And we'll talk about why that is. Alright. Candelabra, these better candles are amazing. But we really don't have the means to get them yet. What we want to do is work on getting some bees when it becomes daytime so that we can get beehives. Alright, I have a bunch of stuff but can carry very little. So let's see, can we make anything new here? We have a stone cutter, we have a stone stockpile. We have a carpenter's workbench, we have a chopping spot, a sawhorse, a timber stockpile. We don't have the second furnace yet. We can definitely save up for that pretty easily. We have the regular anvil. Okay, so to get the second furnace, we need stone, complex iron parts, and the pigskin paper that we're going to get from bat wings. So I'm going to go up here. Speaking of that, here's a bat. Oh boy. It's just actively flying away from us, but it hit us a little bit, but we don't care. We got a bat wing. I am looking for something very specific up here and not seeing it and being sad about it. But I'll go ahead and chip away at this. Get some stone, get some red. Nope. It's not the right time of day. I think it needs to be earlier in the morning for what I was looking for. There are these little green jellies. And if you're ever looking for them in the game, this is where they spawn the most easily. Is right above your house in the wee hours of the morning. Here we go. Push this log down here. Fantastic. Alright. And let me take a look at our graveyard and see how it's doing. Right. We even have these logs down here. Okay. Now let's see if we have filled this up yet. Nope, not quite, but it's almost there. If you fill that up, you can make another wood stockpile if you want. but you don't need to. And let's see. Now this looks fine. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get the stone that I need. Now, oh. Let me get these sticks and get this. It is becoming day. And I'll wait just a little bit longer. And I'm going to teleport into town and try to buy some bees. I have one burial certificate that I can sell for a little bit of extra cash. Also, by the way, just as something you can do, you can make, I'll make some nails. You can see our depleted health bar is covering up the progress bar, unfortunately. And how many parts do I have on me? I have 8. Alright, that's good. I'm going to teleport into town. I will teleport to the dead horse. And let me see. I'm going to go to the right vendor for the job. Looks like the beekeeper is actually in... No, that's just a guy with a hat. Everybody who has a hat looks like that. Alright, let's see how much money it's going to take to buy bees. I believe we need 10 bee for each that we want to make. So he'll only sell us 20 at the moment. And we can't even afford that many. We can afford 5, which is enough. And he won't buy anything else that we've got. So that's sad. What we need to do is go to Kresvold. And I want to show you a little bit of something you can do, which is trade labor. Okay? Here. Let's see here. Yeah, you can't take their carrots, but you can take the berries. You can trade labor for money by talking to Kresvold, and he will buy ingots, iron parts, and nails. Okay? So he'll buy nails for 20 copper a piece. You get 4 for each bar. So a bar, it's more for this, or I believe you can get... Can't remember the exact ratio. Is it 2 for one of these? So these might be the best-selling items. Okay? So you could sell these, but I could sell a ton of these nails and make a good amount of money, and I will. So it's not a bad idea to sell stuff to Kresvold early on that you can make. Metal is easy to get. All it takes is your time and energy to turn it in, like to smelt it into bars and then turn it into nails and such. And until you have a better way of making money, I like doing that. Now I'm going to come in here. I can also sell my burial certificate. You could sell bread, but it sells horribly. Oh, there goes Donkey with a body. Let's beat him to our home. But first, let's buy some bees from the beekeeper. All right, I'm going to buy all the bees you've got, dude. And do I want to buy anything else? I'll buy 2 beeswax. Boom. Done. And then we're going to go ahead and teleport back to our house. We got a lot of bread waiting for us, which is phenomenal. And we've got a body. And we can experiment and do some... See what we can do with this body when it gets here. My good buddy, Not a Moose, who is commenting on the YouTube videos as they go up, also reminded me that one of the advantages of taking out the stumps is that if you remove a stump, then the tree will not grow back. So it's something you can do to just kind of... Now our stockpile is full, but that's fine. You can just dump your stuff next to the stockpile and use it. So it's something you can do to clean up your space, is like chop down the trees and... go ahead. Oh, did he already drop that off, or did I forget about that? Yikes, that's an old body. Okay, so let's see what we can get. So this one we're going to have some fun with. So for the first time, you can see that we've already lost a quality on this body because it's been deteriorating for too long. So this is a bad one. So I'm going to take out a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, my inventory is kind of full, isn't it? Yeah, not kind of full, it's really full. So I'm going to leave. There's the new body. Sometimes what you have to do when you get a body, and if you've already waited too long or it's just not a good one, I'm going to put a bunch of this grave stuff in here that I don't need to carry around. What else can I drop? I'm just going to put that wing there. That should give me enough space. Or close to it. Something you can do is just say, you know what, this body is like jacked up. I'm just going to get rid of it. And I'm going to sacrifice it to... I'm going to pick this up. And I'm going to put it right here on my little pallet. I think that it deteriorates slightly slower on there, but I could be wrong about that. You get a solution to cease deterioration of the bodies later. We don't have it yet. All right, but this will let you experiment and play. You could say, I'm just going to do what I want with this. We know we need skin, all right, for some of the things that we want to craft, like the leather armor. We have to have it. So you could start to experiment and say, well, what affects the body? Like, what do I notice? For example, taking out the fat actually removed some red skulls and made this of a higher quality. All right. Now, if I take out, for example, the brain, what will this do? It's 2 red, 3 white. This is when the variability of autopsy work comes in. You could see that was actually worth 2 white skulls. I'll take out the intestine. Oh, I'm out of energy. Let me eat some bread. All right, and you can see now we actually lost a red skull, but we had a surgical mistake. We're still not great. We still can make mistakes, and I'll take out the heart. And that took out a white skull. Now this is just 1 red skull body. And we have 2 mistakes as well. That's hurting things. Long story short, I can't pick up anymore, by the way, at this point. I'm going to take everything from this body. I'm going to fully cannibalize it for parts. And then go burn it at the crematorium to get the burial certificate and not let it basically ruin our graveyard. You can just leave those parts sitting there, no problem. But going back to what I was saying about autopsies, the soft tissues, like the soft spares, if you look at, let me see here, skulls, bones, skin, blood, and fat all have a fixed modifier that they do to the quality of the body. But the important parts, the organs, the intestine, the brain, the heart, these are random. Like sometimes they can add 2 white skulls and 2 red skulls and be neutral, or they can add 3 white skulls and 0 or 1 and 2 or whatever, some kind of like combination in that world. And they cause the body's quality to change. You have to wait until much, much later in the game. It's a technology that we can't even actually see yet, to be able to see the quality of the organs before you operate. So it's kind of a guessing game. Like right now, this is at 99% quality. You see that the palette did slow the deterioration a bit. Now, if I take blood out, I'm at 3 red, okay, and 2 white. For example, you could see that that takes away a red and adds a white. All right, and we can take the fat out. And then this body is actually 4 white skulls and a red skull. Now, if I take out the skin, this is when things are going to get dicey. You can see I lost a white skull. Okay, and now it's up to you if you want to experiment any further with this. I don't need any of these. I don't need a heart or a brain or an intestine too badly right now. So I'm actually going to take the body and we can bury it in its reasonable quality. But if you wanted at this point, this is totally up to you. You don't have to bury this. You could instead, okay, only put in bodies that were of... Oh, wait. Don't I have an open hole? Yeah. Let me put it up here. And let's see. Our quality is 11, right? And if I put in, I go down to my... I'm going to select gravestone. And I don't know if I've explained this fully yet, but You can pull from your trunk, but you have to scroll down to it. So it says pick a resource. It first goes to your bag, then it goes to the tools you're carrying, then it goes to the trunk that's in the workspace nearby. It has to be the one in the graveyard to pull from it. We put a grave, we get the marker, and then we put a fence on here, and this all of a sudden gave us +4 quality. So by having a reasonable body, we were able to do some good work right there. I'm going to put this pot of honey in just temporarily and pick up the burial certificate. Now I'm going to zoom around. The body's probably done burning, but I want to show you the bees. We want to get these started as soon as possible. Bees are more like a, not necessarily quality of life, but they will just help you engine through because they're much better to eat for restoring your energy than the muffins. Now, I don't mean the bees, I mean what they make. So we can build a beehive right now. We can build 2 of them, actually. And I'll build them right here. 1, you see you have some space to play with within these 4x4 grids. This is a 3x3 beehive, so wherever you want to put it is fine. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to put it as close to me as possible. And you have to go over and do some labor. But when you get honey, you can start to make muffins. And muffins are a great early game food. There's the slimes. See how it's early in the day? They're over there. That's where they go. All right, now the bees, they're not going to give you something the first day. But one of the big advantages, and I can harvest right here, of having the beehives like that, is that, like, I got honey. That's great. But these bees can sting you, as we've seen. The bees at your apiary will not sting you, okay? Oh, we got a bee. Let me go into my inventory. I need to get rid of some stuff. I'm just going to... I'll come back for it. I'll show you the... I need to drop stuff off. I am carrying too much. Now, if that seems annoying to you, you will get a technology that allows you to basically have more bag space later. Right now, we don't have it. Let me just open this up. Put sticks in there. We have 5 bees here, so if we get 5 more, we're in a good spot. I'm going to put away these parts. Put away these honeycombs. Nothing else that stacks right now, so I'll keep it there. All of the body parts I like to keep downstairs in the morgue. And let's see if these slimes... Yep, okay. I want to fight these slimes badly. Because they give you green jelly. It might not seem like a lot, alright? But green jelly is actually an item that you'll need later. And it's annoying to get because, as far as I know, that's one of the only ways to get it. Is to fight those guys. So that's where they are. It took me forever at one point to figure that out. Let me get all this. Great. And we're going to just sleep because we had the fatigue debuff on us. It'll also restore our health, which is good. Phenomenal. Okay, so let's see if I know the recipe for muffins yet. I might have to go buy that. Yeah, I don't know it yet. No problem. I can make pastry dough, but that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. It's a little too late for us to go to the dead horse and see if Roderick's wife is selling it. So let's just do some labor and work on some red experience. I need a ton of billets. We're going to be doing a lot of cremating. In the future. There we go. I also need flitch. You can see how quickly we worked through all of those logs that we had stored. But we can just dump these right there. Okay. Now let me get my parts back out. I have parts. Let me get these nails out. Alright, this is pretty good. I can go get the bee if I want, but you can also just buy bees. Now I'm going to pick these up, and you can quickly go over here and build yourself... Oh, no, you can't right away. That's right. You can't build a chest in this part of the, in the morgue. You need to, build shelves, and we don't have the technology for that yet. Let me see where that would go. No, we don't even have it. We'll have to progress the main quest, I think, to get that, looks like. That's okay. I was going to just look for a nice place to store some of these parts, but it doesn't always work out the way that you want. So, they don't go bad or anything. I'm just going to store them right here. I'm going to open this up, and we can put the brain, you know, the intestine, the heart in this container. Just to free up some space. Now remember, if you want to dig somebody up, it's going to cost you silver and 75 copper. So don't do that right now until you have more money. But if you want to be able to purchase the stamp, you need to become a citizen, which costs 10 copper. So you got to donate 10 copper. Then that gives them enough to do the royal stamp, but it's 50 silver, or get building permission, okay, which is to build on more of the church property, I believe. I'm not sure about that, but that's 20 silver. So that's a lot of money that we need right now. But we'll get there. Alright, so I actually went back really quickly and just rested to restore my energy, save the game. And now it's daytime, so I can teleport over to the horse, and I can talk to Chain about these recipes. So Chain is right here, and you can question her about the vampire. Talk to my husband, he's in charge here. Or you can just trade with her. I'm not going to be doing the vampire quest right now. It's totally up to you, like what order you want to do the DLC stuff. But right now, I'm just looking for recipes and sweet baking and pies. So what we want is sweet baking. All right, this is unfortunately 2 silver, but we'll buy it anyway and finish the offer, and then we'll just use this, and we learned how to make muffins, croissants, and pancakes, and this is what I wanted. So now we can teleport back home, and you can see what the recipe would be for baking. Here you can bake pancakes, you can bake eggs, and over here are muffins. So all muffins require are dough and honey, and this is what we're going to use. Now you can make croissants as well, but the eggs always kind of put me off using this. You can also make cakes, okay? And cakes are insane because they give you circumspect. So we're going to actually make a cake, but we need to make a bunch of dough. And how do we make dough? Well, we need flour and we need water. Water isn't a problem, but flour kind of is. So what we want to do is make enough money to buy some flour. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see. 1 bar makes 5 parts. I think parts might actually be the... No. 1 bar makes 11 nails. Yeah, nails are the way to go for cash. So I'm going to make just a ton of nails. You need nails anyway, so even if I don't use all these, I want them. You can see our red experience is slowly accumulating, which is phenomenal. And I just want to emphasize, I'm doing things in the order that I want to do because I want to show you stuff and I just like certain technologies and things. But pick whatever path you want, focus on whatever you want, and I'm not doing it in the best way. I'm probably, doing it in a very inefficient way in some regards. This is just how I play, and, I just enjoy the game. I don't crunch the numbers too hard, but if you're into that, into detail and speed, and you want to focus on, skipping to the DLC or doing something else, please by all means, do that. Rock out. I'm just showing you one path to expose the most content that I can. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and buy a bunch of this. And, oh shoot, I can't yet because I haven't sold anything. How about that? That was a mistake. All right, let's get over here. And, well, this can go to Creswald. I can cut through this little berry patch here. I need to sell to him quickly. And let's go. Trade. And I'm going to sell him, like, you know, an outrageous amount of these nails. It also helps your reputation with him, I think. So, like, if I sell him... I'm going to sell him 97 just to get 9 full silver. Oh, he doesn't have enough money. Okay. So he doesn't even have enough cash. So you have to pay attention to that. And here, let's just say we'll sell him as much as he can handle, which is this many. Oh, I did that horribly wrong here. Just do it and then sell him more. That was botched. That's right. You have to pay attention to how much money he's got. So he can buy all that. And you have to maybe come back tomorrow. But now we have a bunch of money. You do have to take time to do that. You have to go mine the ore. You have to wait for the ore to smelt in your furnace. So it's not the easiest thing necessarily, but at this stage in the game, it's a great way to get us just a little bit of cash. And the reason I want circumspect, you can see, good, we got in here in time. It's going to be prayer day soon, which means we're going to get faith, which means we can study some more stuff. I'm going to spend just about all of my money on this. Yep. And I'm going to teleport home. And we can start making dough. Now, I can't make more because I need water. So let's go out and get some water from our well. So you just have to kind of crank it. Pick up a whole bucket. And then you have to actually use this to get the water. And we got 20 drops of water, which we can then drop in here. So we might need some more buckets, but for now, this is good. I have a little bit of honey. Just eating bread like crazy. Okay, and so I'm going to cook myself. Oh, this... I can't make a cake because it requires pastry dough, and pastry dough takes eggs and milk. So I'll talk about how to get that in a moment. Let's make some muffins then. Get these bacon. You can buy eggs and milk from the vendor in town. There's a lady who has cows who we have to talk to about the vampire quest anyway, who sells milk. And then there's like an empty basket. Here we go. Get that bee. There's an empty basket that you can buy feathers and eggs from. And one of the things about this game that's like, I'm not going to say hard, it's just something you have to do, is understand. There we go. You have to understand where you can buy different items in the town. Whether it's, you know, oil and hemp from Dig, or eggs or milk or whatever it is that you need. Now I'm going here right now because I want to check on making my quality a little higher. So if I want to make some benches, I just need a ton of planks. And let me make these so that tomorrow for prayer day, I can actually have a little bit more quality inside my church. Guarantee that I can get the good prayer. So I'm just going to go here and we can make planks. And I think I need 13 of them. Alright, so our muffins are done. And we don't really need to rest right now. I'm going to run over, see if I can build these benches before we do the sermon. So let's just check out a muffin while we're here. A muffin gives 24 energy, okay? And the bread only gives 15. So just by adding that honey, you get a ton more energy. All right, let's go here. And I make a bench. There. 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 All right, and they're done. So I put in 3 benches. So not perfect, but much better. Okay. And then we can go ahead and do our prayer, but we need our prayer itself. It's down here. Let's just pluck it out of the chest, and let's just drop in everything that we've already got in here. We need to study that. All of these body parts we will be storing in here. We haven't even studied the bee, so let's get that in there. Everything else is fine. I'll take this. Okay. And let's go ahead and do our prayer. And we'll use the casual prayer. Now, of course, eventually we can get better prayers, but this is all we've got now. This should be a 100% success chance. Our church is great. Nice. All right, so we got 2 at the start. And we're going to pray for the blessing. And this is our blessing. We're guaranteed to be successful, so we got 4, which is okay. We'll do our best. Not very much money, but that's how it is. Great. And I'm going to quickly teleport home and celebrate the fact that we've got... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? No, we're good. I'm going to make a pie before I research anything because I want the circumspect bonus. And I think this is a good place to end this episode. We put some benches in. We have figured out how to make money. We've got some beehives working. And we are now able to extract organs in our autopsies. We're burning the corpses. We're getting higher quality going. And we're moving onward and upward. Everyone, I hope you're still finding this series to be educational and fun. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.